Hey, all you little dummies out there. This is the head, big, cold blooded dummy. Alright, guys, what we got going on here today is I think we found what the actual problem of the bike is. The Moto Guzzi V9 bobber with the Centenario package. Okay, guys, the dummy decided to go on to Chat GPT. So I started a conversation and basically told it all the stuff that had been happening with the bike and everything. And this is what we came up with. So, oil mist contamination of the idle air circuit. And the crankcase breather feeds the airbox. Okay. So basically, over time, oil and soot gums up the IAC stepper pintle. Okay, and then this gives you a list of the causes. So basically what's happening is the cold start, the fast idle is okay. As the engine warms, the ECU tries to close the idle air. And then the sticky stepper responds late or not fully. Idle creeps up or suddenly jumps to 2500 to 3500. ECU logs idle control fault. That's why we're getting the triangle light. This is when the problem first appeared before you cleaned anything. This is very common on low mileage garage kept Guzzis that do short rides. Okay, cleaning the throttle body. What you did, you did the right mechanical fix. Okay? But once the ECU logs an idle control error, it switches to a fail-safe idle strategy. Holds the more open than normal. Will not relearn correct idle limits on its own. So even though the hardware is now clean, the stepper can physically move, the ECU is still working from bad learned values. That's why the idle stayed high, the triangle stayed on, and the throttle reset didn't help. Okay, what this confirms. The stepper motor is almost certainly healthy. Throttle body is not worn. No internal engine problems. This is actually the best outcome. What will 100% fix the final answer? I need to have a single pads procedure. And they're going to clear the stored idle fault, reset self-learning parameters, and recalibrate the idle stepper and throttle body. After that, the warm idle returns to 1250. No more runaway idle. Triangle light gone. Cleaning you did actually pays off. Okay. So this talks about the oil level in the airbox. Okay, so oil consumption, sticky idle stepper leads to high warm idle, ECU fault, cleaning helped hardware, ECU still confused. Okay, so it's asking me if it creeps up slowly or jumps suddenly. The idle creeps up slowly until you crack the throttle, and then it jumps up. Okay, so that behavior is 100% diagnostic. You just described the textbook failure mode. What that exact symptom means: idle creeps up slowly, crack the throttle, idle snaps to 3500. This combination points to one thing only on the V9 E5. Idle stepper control stuck in failsafe with corrupted learning. Here's what's happening internally. At warm idle, ECU is trying to close the idle air stepper. Learned close position is wrong. Stepper closes some, but not enough. Idle creeps upwards. You crack the throttle. ECU switches from idle mode to part throttle mode, then tries to return to idle control. It snaps the stepper to its fail-safe open position, and the result is instant 3,000 to 3,500 RPM. That jump cannot be caused by vacuum leaks, throttle cable, mechanical throttle plates, rider input. It's pure ECU idle strategy behavior. Okay, slow creep equals ECU still attempting closed looped idle. Sudden jump after blip. ECU bailing out to default idle air. Triangle light, idle control fault stored. Those three together are the smoking gun. The final diagnosis. Idle air control stepper is mechanically okay, but ECU self-learning is invalid and locked. You already fixed the hardware side by cleaning it. Now it just needs its brain reset. What will fix it? It needs a pads reset and calibration. Clear the idle fault. Reset self-learning. Idle stepper and throttle body relearn. And then after this, idle returns smoothly to 1200 RPM. Blipping the throttle no longer spikes idle. Triangle light goes out permanently. And it says what not to do. So don't waste my time and money by doing all this other stuff. And then it says if you want to fix it yourself, you have to download all these other things. But I'm just going to take it to a dealership, guys. So the dummy got smart and went to AI and figured it all out. So I'm going to call the dealer tomorrow and set up an appointment to go down and have the bike, have the bike's computer relearned. And I guess this is common with this particular E5 engine. So anyways, we will get back to you guys in a couple days or maybe next week after we take the bike in. Okay, guys, this is the head, big, cold-blooded dummy signing out. Okay, later, all you little gators out there.